everyone. Thanks for joining me today. Today's another great topic. 5 things you need to understand before you accept that leadership position. Look, being the boss is not a walk in the park, and everybody ain't built for the job. It's just what it is. So with that being said, you should know that the leadership development industry has done a disservice to the global marketplace, flat out. We've convinced everyone that they need to be a leader. And in all honesty, that's false. That is so false. Too many of us were lured and not led into leadership roles. Want to earn more money, get promoted, move from a cubicle to an office, gain more power or influence, or just to feel important. Then your only option is to move from being an independent contributor to a leader of people. However, most people don't even understand or not even aware what they're getting themselves into when they move into a leadership position. They try to replicate their unique talents across the team, and that rarely ever works or succeeds. They get frustrated and they loathe their new job. A lot flame out, and even worse, some stay and suffer. And when they stay and suffer, best believe the people underneath them suffer as well. But there are steps new leaders at any level can implement immediately to transition successfully into leadership roles. Number 1, challenge your mindset about what made you successful in the past versus what will make you successful in the future. The transition into leadership absolutely requires new talents. You can grow them, but only if you're aware of them. Ask other leaders what they struggled with, what they mastered, what still surprises them in that role. When you're clear about what your team needs, assess which of your strengths still apply and which skills you still need to develop. You might be surprised. If you're willing to acknowledge you need to develop new skills and even leave some successful ones behind, then you might be a stellar leader. Number 2, understand your contribution to culture. Everyone observes, or everyone is going to observe how you behave much closer than what you like, because now you're the big cheese. They watch what you say, which projects you elevate, which meetings you cancel or check out in. They watch which bets you double down on and which bets you abandon. Every move you make will be analyzed and debated and often replicated in hopes of garnering your respect, your attention, and favor. So be more aware, or I should say, be more deliberate about your actions and your words and your decisions, including how you spend your time. You're always creating culture, whether you're strengthening it or weakening it. Okay? Number 3, very crucial one. Be a superb listener. Be a superb listener. Look, we've spent most of our careers becoming powerful communicators, talking, convincing, influencing, driving home the message. Leaders think that they don't have time to listen. After all, they were hired to have the answers. But great leaders are, in fact, great listeners. They are insatiably curious about the perspectives and experiences and insights that others bring. Now, listening is difficult. It requires patience and consideration of others' points of view, and a selfless investment in others' growth and validation. All right, that's a real big one. Be a superb listener. Number 4, be willing to change your mind. It's okay. According to the Harvard Business School professor Clayton Christensen, 93% of companies with successful initiatives achieve their success with a different strategy than the one they originally formulated or came up with. Now, Professor Christensen calls this deliberate versus emergent strategy. Are you willing? Are you willing to demonstrate the humility to know when to change your approach? Yes, I know. You announce the grand strategy at the last sales call or investment call. But now you've come across new intel, new insight. You're not just willing to be confident to admit your pronouncement may have been flawed or slightly off, or maybe just flat out wrong. Changing your mind doesn't always mean that you're mistaken. It means you're more concerned with doing what's right than being right. Number 5, recognize your main contribution is to attract and retain the best, top possible talent. In the midst of all your demands for results, you can't lose sight of what your key role is, and that is to nurture talent. Are you secure enough to not always be the smartest person in the room? Have you matured to the point where you've become a conductor, not the virtuoso? Your number one job to find the absolute best violinist, coach them, encourage them, provide vision and direction, and ensure that they thrive. To quote Liz Wiseman, an author of Multipliers, are you the genius or the genius maker? Organizations must become more deliberate and courageous about helping people to understand what the life of a leader is really like. All parties need to go in with eyes wide open about the significant mindset or mind shift necessary to transfer from an independent contributor to a leader of people. Too few understand it, let alone conquer it. But with a little help and guidance, there is a path forward. All right? Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate this. I feel like this is a powerful piece of information that can really shore up your armor of leadership and leadership development to help you become the leader that people want to follow and be influenced by. All right? So if you like these videos, which I'm hoping you do because you're watching them, please like and subscribe to the channel and share this video and other videos with other people in your sphere of influence, because if you're getting something out of it, pretty sure someone else will too. All right? And remember, if you need help with any leadership development coaching, team building, remote team leadership, or distributive team leadership, please contact me and let me know. We'll put together a tailor-made plan to ensure the success of you and your team. All right? Again, thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, great leadership equals great results. How are you leading? Whether you're a new leader who needs the building blocks of leadership and how to be effective, or a seasoned leader who needs to understand that there are two sides to leadership, or a leader who just needs some inspiring insight or leadership seeds in order to enhance your leadership abilities, the CDV Consulting Group has the resources you need. There are two key elements successful leaders have that the unsuccessful ones don't: self-discipline and the understanding to constantly invest in themselves. So pick up a copy or the entire collection today and start investing in your leadership now. Available at Amazon.com. And remember, great leadership equals great results. How are you leading?